Okay, guys, we are live. Uh, Hello, everyone. I'm Jito, Jovio next. I'm with.
Hello, I'm Ganesha.
Raman.
Okay, all of us are Arsenal fans, and we guys are just going to discuss everything Arsenal and football in general. So, yeah, last night we saw Arsenal draw against City. Obviously, not this one, but yeah. So guys, what are your thoughts on last night's game, Martinelli's goal, and just our whole game in general?
For me, I think the stat on the screen, I think it tells a lot. But I think it was a lot. I think in the first half specifically, it was frustrating, and it was frustrating for a lot of us, like most of us fans, because we know that that was not the best 11 that could have started the game. All of us would have had Eze in our team starting, especially when you don't have Odegaard playing. So we wanted somebody creative. Mourinho is a very good player. He's a very good player, but he's not the creative force that you're expecting to be there in such a critical match. And I think one thing that has changed over the past 4 5 years, especially over the Mikel Arteta era, is the dominance that we are having against a big six side, especially against Manchester City. We have been performing well, and I think yesterday it was a big shift. We had the possession, and we were trying to impose ourselves on the game, and Man City was sitting back and defending and absorbing the pressure, which has been completely opposite of what has happened over the last 4 5 years. And if we as a team believe that our goal has to win the league, win the Premier League, then it's incumbent upon us to take the initiative. And I think somewhere over the last couple of games, and I'm including the loss against Liverpool as well here, we should have imposed ourselves on the game. We want to win the game, and I think both the games were there for the taking. We just could not finish it, and I think somewhere down the line, it seems like we are playing with an handbrake on. And I think Mikel, I'm still surprised that because for me, both Marino and Rice are similar kind of players. Both lack that a little bit of creativity in their gameplay, defensively solid. So we need somebody who can give us that spark. I think sometimes I feel sorry for the front three that we are playing. And Noni was playing excellent. Gyökeres was making the
Right.
run. I was surprised with two I think Trossard and Mourinho. And you can see the immediate impact at halftime when Saka and Eze came on the pitch. That was our best 11 for that game. And I think somewhere down, I think we should not be okay with a draw, even against Man City. If we want to win the league, we have to create the pressure. We have to create the goal scoring opportunities, and we have to score. And I think for the first half, we were just there was so much possession. I think almost in the second part of the first half, we had 87% possession, and most of the possession was near the halfway line. I don't see what's the point of that. It was just passing backwards, coming back, recycling it back to Rice, going back to Gabriel, Saliba, Raya, comes back to Rice, again goes back. So I think somewhere down the line, I think that tactically we did push for the win, and I think that was frustrating to see.
That is something that we have been doing for actually quite a few weeks now. Like, it's nothing new. The same recycling, like
Yeah,
killing an attack. That is what Odegaard was being criticized for. Like, he's not creating enough. He's just killing the attack. He's taking the ball up till like the final third and then recycling it back behind.
we had Eze in the team, and I'm like Eze. Everybody, all of us agree on that fact. Eze is a good replacement for Odegaard. Or Odegaard can both of them can play each other's role.
Right.
And
No.
first game
I,
he played on the wing, but he's not. And then, but you saw the creativity that he immediately brought to the game, right? He created the
well,
chance that Martinelli
no,
scored.
I'll come to my point. You finish yours, so I can like give it a proper response on that.
Sure.
And I
Sure.
think for me,
Yeah.
I personally believe that we had a creative force in terms of Saka and Eze on the bench, and I would want one of them to start the game. And I think both Martinelli and Trossard are good with their pace when they come on as subs. The timing of substitutes also is something that I'm not very happy with the way Mikel, like sometimes he just lets the game go on. He just doesn't take it by like scruff of its neck and try to impose the team. and sometimes that means you need to make some changes tactically and shift the momentum in our favor. And there was a lot of times that we had the momentum in our favor, we were going for the kill, but we just didn't have the good players there.
Fair enough. Um, Raman, your thoughts? What were your thoughts?
So, okay, let's start with the. I mean, first thing I didn't like how the game started itself was an hour before the game, like I was seeing like a meltdown on the lineup. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I can't control everyone. So I mean, I didn't really care. I mean, I write for a publication, and in my preview article I had written I had mentioned, like, Zubimendi, Merino, and Rice will be the starters. Okay, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so Merino playing in midfield did not spring a surprise to me. All right. So
Right.
my question to you both is, how how did you what was your vision of the midfield? Was it midfield three, midfield two? How is it?
I think it
Midfield
has to
three.
be changing. It has to be changing as per the
No, no, no.
opposition
For this game,
for this
for this
game.
game.
For this game, I think as a creative force, I would want one creative player in the middle, and
Fair.
have Moreno and Norgard as the replacement to Zubimendi or Rice, because I think
Fair.
these four are similar kind of players. So,
Fair.
and I think I personally still believe that Marino can add much more value up top than in the midfield. If you
You
don't
mean in
have a
the
Kai
attacking
Havertz, if
mid?
you don't have a Gabby Jesus, I would still prefer that guy coming in like say
Okay.
80th minute and making an impact.
Okay. So my other question is, now that Merino, Rice, and Zubimendi started, how did you see the positions as? Was it a midfield three? Was it a 2-1? Somebody playing advance? How was it?
I think there was a rotation between Rice and Zubimendi in terms of
Uh-huh.
who was dropping in deep.
Dropping deep. Okay.
And
So
I
what
think
I what I saw.
we
Sorry.
I
Sorry.
think we as a team in the midfield, I don't think there's still a lot of fluidity in terms of who is going to be going forward, who's going to be staying back. Moreno is
Right.
definitely what his idea was, Moreno being the advanced. But I think the easiest path forward for attack that we saw yesterday was Rice passing to Madueke, and then that was our outlet of
Yeah, that was
attacking.
that was like the donut thing. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But see, again, let me clarify as to why I'm disagreeing to the whole first and foremost the Eze conversation. Okay, first of all, Eze, when he came on, he didn't predominantly play the number 10 role. He played more on the right sided attacking midfielder, like how Odegaard does, right?
Mm-hmm.
Later on, as the game progressed, he was doing his bits centrally. Then he even shifted to the left. All that is there, but primarily on the right hand side. See, something he has never done. Yeah, or at least he has not done much. Even at Palace, he has not done that. At Palace, he used to be like this weird left-sided front part of a front three, not even an attacking midfielder. But then if you look at the formation, you can say he was like an attacking left eight or whatever. So there was a risk. It wasn't a risk as such, but then it was more on the lines of unknown, for Arteta. Think from Arteta's perspective. Had he started as a, sure, he could have delivered creativity, everything. I completely agree with your point on the creative side, right? Our midfield did lack creativity, but then again, there is another name, Waneri. We could have used him. I'm just not against Eze. I'm saying even Waneri can be used. But then see, you have to understand the whole, or at least that's how I took it. Entering into that game, he did not expect, none of us expected Manchester City to play like that. Even the goal that they scored against us was not something that they were attacking. They just
yeah,
hit
that is
a
a
counter.
run of play. Yeah.
Got a chance and took it.
Eight of our players were in the opposition box. Eight, not like the back four wasn't in place. Calafiori was pumping down. He was inside our box. Calafiori, Gabriel was there in that mix where we lost the second ball. Right? They took a chance, hit us on the counter, and Erling Haaland running at that pace, nobody's going to stop it. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
nobody's going to stop it. I also see like I also saw that there was a error from Saliba in some way. Forget about that. We conceded a goal, done. Now what does Manchester City do after that? Now I'm coming to your point of what was Rice doing? Rice was passing to Madueke. In fact, everybody else was passing to Madueke, not just Rice. Excuse me. That's because Manchester City set up a low block right after they scored the goal. They didn't
Right.
care about attacking us.
Yep.
They just wanted to sit and absorb, sit and absorb. And this was the case even before they scored the goal. That was around the 9th minute. So my thing is, Arteta, in my opinion, made the right decision to start with Merino because he was expecting, he wanted to have a midfield overload. As simple as that. That's why he has started Merino. And Merino doesn't play in that defensive midfield role at all. He does defensive work, but then he's always like, more near the box. So see, we can sit and complain about, like, he should have started, he could have started. I mean, I would have taken a risk with one area. I don't mind, but with Eze, no. He still needs that time. He still needs that thing to understand the way we play and everything. Again, what he did again was phenomenal. But what did he do? He gave a very, very good pass, a long ball. Martinelli, with his pace, with his timing, did the rest. But that was a good contribution. But then I can't say like he should have started. But again, Arteta, I'm just taking too long. Arteta, what he did was he understood, like, City was playing this pragmatic style, so he didn't wait for 60, 70 minutes. He did that in half time. That's
Well,
my take on this.
So I'm not Arteta out. I'm like this is not
No,
tactic.
no, no.
I'm talking
I
more
know.
tactically.
No, no, yeah, yeah.
From a
Not, it's
tactical
not
point of
about
view,
Arteta
I
out.
think I think the other part was even Trossard. I think for me on the left wing, my first preferences would be Martinelli, Eze, and then Trossard. Trossard would not be my first choice, and there have been clear evidences that how good he has been off the bench. He's not replicated those performances starting the game. Trossard has always been good off the bench,
Yeah.
and when so this is where I'm not putting it on Trossard or Marino. I'm putting this on the manager here. The
Okay.
Gaffer has to think about what his best, like, not just what his best team is, but who's, like, which player best attributes can be used in that particular context of the game to improve. I think he had to make the change, and if he had not started with those two, without those two, I think they would have had to come to change the game. Both Eze and Saka. Without them, I don't think the game would have changed. And you could
Of course.
see the immediate impact of it. Just freed Zubimendi from just being and taking care of the back line. Made him free, little bit more freer,
Yeah.
and that could and we could express ourselves much more effectively once these two were on, because all the passes that we were doing, it was just going. We are just crossing it to Noni and just expecting him to do some magic. He was excellent. He was trying his best. He had a good competition in the fullback there. He beat them a couple of times, but he never had support. He needed somebody like Califury to make that run, or similar to what he had done last time. But Califury also again was very cautious in terms of he knew that if he misses it, there's a good chance of counter attack. So I think we are always playing with an handbrake on. We just in the last we luckily got the winner, we equalizer, or else this
equalizer.
would have
Yeah.
easily been 3 points dropped.
Three questions I have. Did you see Erling Haaland in the game?
Nope. That's what.
What do
That's
you mean?
what. That's what
He was
even
there, right?
Berisha said.
Yeah,
I mean,
They
in the sense
they were
that
just
whenever, sorry,
we are the best defensive team. So I think that's we are supposed to be doing this.
no, 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 not in that way, not in that way. I'm saying, okay, did you see Jeremy Doku?
no. That's
Doku
the
was
whole
still
point.
better. Was still better.
Because he was visible, right?
Yeah.
He was trying to hit us in the counter. Haaland was doing the same. But where was Phil Foden? Where was Tijani Rangers after that first goal assist? You know why? I'm not saying. In fact, they were doing a lot more than we saw, because all these players, Foden, Rangers, they were all sitting deep, camped outside the box, and
Mm-hmm.
and Zubimendi, like you're saying, had so much better, had a better second half. I completely agree. But then why? because City didn't bother to come forward. They were letting
You're
hard
saying
camp where.
can we beat a Mourinho or a Conte side kind of team which sits back? We can't. Can we not? We have to adapt to that game style and change ourselves. We can't go with the same 11 because it worked for us in the last game against Forest or Leeds United. We can't go with the same. Maybe it worked against Bilbao. Bilbao again were trying to express and be a little bit more aggressive. So maybe that team worked. But against a City team which was sitting back and absorbing the pressure and the quality of players that they have in the midfield, like Rodri and Reinders, you're going to keep coming back and you go empty-handed. We
Yeah.
have to win the game. So to win the game, we need to put ourselves the best foot forward. I think somewhere we missed that train.
Okay, I've shared. Okay, I'm just responding to this. Uh, can you see the other screenshot, which is
Which
like
one? Which one?
one is you see Arsenal City colors, right? The other one,
Mm-hmm.
purple and red.
Okay, let me. This one.
Can you see how many shots on target did Liverpool have against Burnley? Forget the shots. Okay, they were taking in volumes, very similar to how Ruben Diaz used to take like against us last year at the
Yeah.
Etihad when we were camped inside the box protecting
It
a
was a
lead.
role reversal this year.
Yeah, exactly. Same game. Just that they did that with 11 men.
Correct.
So see this.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens when a team sits in this nasty low block. There is no way out. You just push it out wide. You recycle. Keep doing that. Rinse and repeat. All Liverpool did, like I saw that game. Okay, it was heartbreaking. But then I saw that game. They were just attacking. But then see what do they have? 4 shots on target to show, and that this includes a penalty as well.
Yeah.
3 big chances. You think so? No, I didn't. I thought they would have created more. Why? Because see, this is what happens. This is what happens when a team like City, forget Burnley. This is Manchester City we are talking about. It's not like they didn't have defenders. Like they didn't. They were not bums. That Kushanov, that O'Reilly, they're all growing into the game. Yeah, this season.
Yeah.
Even Diaz and Guardiola, they're not weak defenders. They're very strong, and in front of them they have Rodri. I was completely expecting us to not penetrate, not have much shots. We had like what 3 shots on target. That includes that Noni shot in the first
Yeah.
half.
3 or 4. Yeah.
That's
Not
what
much.
I'm saying.
But would you agree that this was the time when City seemed the most weakest in like last 6 or 7 encounters, and where we could have easily pounced, especially when you were playing at home.
I have mixed feelings about it because the way City started the season, they were like, yeah, we are back, and then they had 2 losses. Then they're like, we are back to last season.
Correct.
But then I see them. Okay, the way he played today was very similar to how he played at the Etihad against City against United. In a way, we couldn't
Correct.
like notice it too much because United are shit and they were giving the ball away too much.
Just to give a context, so I'm again not saying that this in context of like our schedule being announced and then our first few weeks.
Hmm.
This was supposed to be, yeah, this is going to be like one of the toughest starts for us in some years. And we have faced Liverpool, we have faced City, we have faced United, we're going to face Newcastle next. So this was a tough run of fixtures. We have come out of it reasonably well, but I think this year we could have come out of this I think like just fighting out. We could have won all our games, and even the Liverpool loss, it hurts more because I think we played good and still were not able to get the points. And the same with Man City game. I'm very happy that we got the equalizer and we got some points out of the game. But I still think this year we are a good team. We are a good unit. We are a good squad, and I think we were capable of beating that team on that
Sure.
day and being on the same points as Liverpool. So Liverpool's on 15 now, already a 5 point gap there. So it's a gap that's building up. And I'm expecting, if Man City is going to play like that against Arsenal, I am expecting a lot of other teams, 16, 17 teams, to do the same when they come to Emirates. They're going to sit back and absorb. Now, I think the key thing for us is how are we going to break this down, low block down. It was a challenge for us last season. It's going to be a challenge for us against a team like West Ham or a team like Fulham, who're going to come there with this strategy of not getting playing in a low block, not getting goals scored against them. If those teams, those are the games that where we have to win. And
Absolutely.
again, I'm still not convinced whether Arteta has figured that out, how to how to play against a low block side.
I think he has.
I
Did we
think we're
play
also
too low?
forgetting. I think we're also forgetting that actually Rodri is back and he's in very good form. And when City were having the poor run was going on, Rodri was not playing. So and even I'm
Hundred
supportive
percent,
of the yeah. Even I'm agreeing that
100%.
Merino starting. It's not something that Arteta could have like just went with. We all know the obvious creative choices as it, but Merino starting was probably we are going to understand what the opponent what is the strategy of our opponent, like what is City coming with. So it did not work out. Like they scored a quick goal. So I don't think Merino is bad of a player at all. So
No,
as a yeah.
what I'm surprised is after the game post match, he's coming and defending, saying that this is how it's going to be. This is the best midfield that I have, and I think I don't agree with that.
I don't think so. He did that.
He said that. He indirectly said, yeah, this is the best midfield that we had. So, no, not Eze being in there, but these
See
three
again,
make. I
this
understand
guy.
from a defensive point of view. If we are going for a game where a Champions League game, you play this game and Bilbao game. He tried to say that even in the Bilbao game, I played them. That's a Champions League game. That's fine, and you are playing away from home. Here, you're playing at home. You're supposed to be. You're saying that I'm ready for lifting the cup this year. Then show it. Show the heart. Take the risk. Take the handbrake off. Is what I'm saying. That's it.
Okay.
But that's the whole point, right? Matlab, Merino literally had a good like he how many goals did he score? 4 goals in 3 games or something like during the break.
Yeah, yeah, four
So
goals.
Yes. Yes.
yeah, so I mean, where was the harm in actually starting like we have seen Odegaard get nullified. Odegaard is one of our most creative players in the whole squad. We have seen him getting nullified whenever he has started. Like he's gone a whole 90 minutes creating. Probably he's just recycling attacks. So what if Eze would have ended up doing the same? Like we saw him during the Champions League game, how ineffective he was on the left wing. So what if this would have ended up being something similar? And Martinelli coming on is the same as Martinelli coming on as a sub, Eze coming on as a sub, and um, these players acting like as proper super subs, and it actually worked. Like what if Eze had started and we would have done nothing, and we would have to like then bring on Merino later on, or let's say Nwaneri later on, and expect either of them to do what Eze did coming on as a sub and Martinelli did as a sub. So I think even both starting Trossard and Marino, it makes sense to some extent. Although we think the better players to be starting are let's say Martinelli or Eze, but tactically speaking, I think so. I think Arteta did the right thing. It just the gamble didn't pay off because we considered a stupid goal. Not stupid goal. They were just a better team. Also, no.
Yeah,
How do I put this? Yeah, they
yeah.
just got the better of us. Yeah. So if that would not have happened, our strategy, how we were actually dominating. Like when we had started the game for the first 20 whatever minutes, we were dominating. We were like City didn't have much of the ball, but after the everything changed after
The
we
goal.
conceded. Yeah, after we
One
conceded, they
one
just
more
they just yeah. What?
No, I think one more player I wanted to just point out. I think this was also a big problem for us yesterday. I think in terms of, I didn't see much of Victor Gyökeres as well. Like I was not convinced yesterday. He was one of his. It was one of his poorer games, and I think in that team, even with Trossard being there, I think Trossard was good for the time. He's not a bad player. He's a very good player. Gyökeres also
Yeah.
is a good player, but yesterday somehow I think there was it was not clicking for him, and maybe we still don't know how best to bring like how to bring the best out of Gyökeres. I think he still was frustrated. I think in the entire squad, I would still put him as the weakest link yesterday in yesterday's game.
Gyökeres.
Yeah.
It's the same as Haaland, no? Haaland was
Yeah,
enough to
but
after his
but
first goal.
Haaland
After his
got
first
that
goal, he
one
was good.
chance he scored. Gyökeres still
Yeah.
he missed a couple of chances. And the run that Martinelli was making, I wish
Mhm.
and I know that Gyökeres has done that in the past. I want Gyökeres to make those runs, and somehow I think he was getting beaten for pace across the game, and this was going to
Gyökeres
start
actually was in a
to.
very good. Gyökeres actually was in a very good position. Like when Martinelli made that run, he was in a very good position. Uh, like he actually forced the City defense to have a high line, and uh, he started in an offside position. And when Martinelli made that run, there was a good chance. Let's say Martinelli was not able to score, he would have just crossed it to Gyökeres, and probably he would have been able to score. But Martinelli was already in a good position to score, so that
I think
wasn't an error from
there
his end.
was no, but I think no, not for that. But in the first half, there was similar
Mhm.
kind of incident where Gyökeres could have made. We were past, we were through, and then
Mhm.
still Kushunov could come back and he quickly mopped it up, and Gyökeres was nullified. Like there are a couple of instances where they could create that long pass to him, and even when Noni was trying to pass it across, there were some crosses that came through, but it was he was effectively managed by City. And somehow, if I put the overall scoring for each of the players yesterday's game, I think I'll rank Joker is the lowest.
Yeah,
No,
fair enough. It makes sense.
sorry. Go
I
on.
mean, no, Raman, please. So
No,
I don't have anything.
I agree with you on the Gyökeres bit, but then we have to be a bit objective as to what his role is, right? I mean, uh, like I'm convinced he's a good striker. Right? I have no doubts. I'm not in the Benjamin Sesko camp and all that. I'm just saying that there is a reason why uh, Arteta prefers Havertz in certain situations, and these big games like at Anfield, Old Trafford, even here, not Old Trafford, I would say, but then Anfield and this one against City, he would have started Havertz.
100%. And I
But
think
the
Definitely.
after I'm for now, I think and a lot of Arsenal fans will not agree with me, but I think I'm missing Havertz already.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
see, again,
we're all in.
you have to think from Arteta's point of view. No, he doesn't have Havertz right now.
Yeah,
What is the next best option he has? Gyökeres. Again, he could. There is another counter argument saying that no, why can't you start Merino? He performed so well in these big games. Fair enough, but then Merino is not as big a goal threat as Gyökeres.
yeah,
To be
So
honest,
see,
that is a good point. Like we could actually start Merino as a center forward and have Eze then starting in the creative midfield, like with Rice and Zubimendi behind him.
correct.
That is also a very good option against teams like City. Like if Gyökeres is ineffective, then Merino is actually the player to have. Like he is not exactly similar to Havertz, but then he's a someone closest to Havertz in terms of skills.
yeah. Can you pull up that comment?
Which one? Acha,
Somebody,
Eze should have started. Yeah.
Hani, Hani,
And yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
Got it. Yeah, yeah.
Again, I'm just jumping into another point with like this after responding to him. See, Hani, I agree the idea. Like even Ganesha, you said the same thing, right? Like we could have had Eze and had a creative spark or whatever. But then say, you know what I mean? Sometimes in this whole idea of you pressurize the opponent from minute one, fair. What happens when you pressurize the opponent from minute one? You sort of open up, and you see that they had weapons like Doku. Doku was relentless.
yeah.
You think had
Mhm.
we opened up a bit? See again before the goal, they
We
didn't
have
open up.
to we have to trust ourselves. I'm saying this is when we want to
No,
win.
see, again there are games. Like Jito just mentioned something like we should start Merino with Eze in the number 10. Fair, but then Eze in this game, this game wasn't a barometer for Eze for us to judge him, because this was the nastiest low block I've seen from a team against us. I'm not even kidding.
And especially
Seven
Pep, who
defenders,
never does this.
two defensive midfielders. Who else is left? Who else was left? Nobody. Everybody was there defending. My whole point is, in games, other games, right? In other games, like the maybe the one that we have right now, like not the Newcastle one, after that, West Ham.
Yeah.
West Ham at home, that will be the perfect game for Eze to play the number 10 role. See, you have to earn it as well, no? We as fans think, oh, no, he's a creative midfielder, put him there. Fair. But he in the structure of the team, he also has to earn it, no? Let him put in his what do you say, his effort in these games. West Ham, even to an extent, St James's Park, I don't mind, but
I
I
think
don't
before
think
we
so.
go into before so I know we are going to go player by player.
Yeah, we'll go there.
I just have one question, like in terms of before we go into player by player, like on the left wing,
Hmm.
who is your preferred starter? Like both of you, like who will you prefer to start?
To be very
Like
honest, between Trossard and
Saka is going.
Martinelli, I'm not
Saka
sure.
is so now that Saka is going to play this side and Noni is out for some time, but Saka is going to start. Who's the other side? Who do you want to bring in?
Yeah, that's what I'm really not sure between Martinelli and Trossard because I think both are more effective as a sub. Like they come in clutch as a sub. But starting, I mean, Nani
But
was
if
good.
I if I have to say that you have to pick somebody from the left for
We
between
have we have like I think so four options
Trossard,
right now, which is Nani,
Martinelli. No,
Eze,
no,
and
assume that okay, Noni is off for some time. So
mhm,
we have Martinelli, Trossard,
mhm,
and
Eze.
we have Eze. So
Yeah,
who would you prefer starter on the left?
Eze.
And for
Is it?
you, Raman?
Is it?
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense for me as well. I think we need that.
Yeah,
And I think then Martinelli suddenly becomes a trump card. I think Martinelli can come in a little early as well, like 70-75 minute mark.
right.
But
And it's not
again,
like Nwani. It's not like Nwaneri has been enough, like not that great or
I'm
something, playing the number 10
yeah.
role. He's been terrific.
But where is what is the yeah, this is another point. There's a hesitation in terms of Mikel's mind. I think in terms of big games, he's still not sure about him Nwaneri coming and filling in that 10 role. He prefers Mourinho there instead of Nwaneri.
Probably experience and also how much Merino can contribute defensively as compared to how much
Yeah,
Nwaneri can
yeah.
contribute. So, I mean, see,
I mean,
we are known to be a defensive side, to be very honest, like during this whole rebuild phase. So I think Arteta would prefer his defensive players more to start,
Mm.
especially when in a position when we have to probably defend the lead or make sure that we are not conceding because probably that will end the game. So I think then Arteta would go with his defensive-minded players. Then probably when there's like yeah, yesterday's goal, I saw someone's tweet. It wasn't something tactical or something. Like after the 90th minute, it's all up to chance. Like the players are trying their luck and they're trying something to work out, and that's exactly what happened. Like, uh, do you think the goal that happened? Do you think it was uh, something that Mikel Arteta had a role to play in, or rather the players themselves coming up with something? Just
the
equalizer.
goal, the,
Yeah,
the equalizer. Nah,
yeah,
man, the equalizer was like a it was like a fruit of
Lucky
a
break.
chaotic.
Yeah.
Whatever. Right? It
precisely.
was just
So
it was
that
just pure chaos out there.
right. So this result does not exactly reflect about it is reflecting poorly on Arteta. That's what I'm trying to say because Arteta throughout the game had it not been for Martinelli's goal, we would have ended up with a loss and Arteta looked lost. Like he couldn't beat that low block at all.
No,
He
no,
was
no,
he,
no. The loss would have been catastrophic. I'm telling you, that would have been
exactly.
Yeah.
bad.
Exactly. And the only reason why the fans were okay with the Liverpool loss was because of that goal by Soboslai, which was insane. Like
Big goal.
probably it's going to
Yeah.
go. It is probably going to go as the best goal of this season. Like unlikely someone's going to beat that. So that, because of that, it's still fine that okay we lost against a goal like that. It's still okay. But when it comes to the City game, at home that too it does not make any sense for us to play the way we did. Like we were clueless how to beat a low block. None of our attackers, nothing was working out. Despite us bringing on Saka as well, we brought on Saka. Uh, and yeah, every one of our every each and every of our attacker was there on the pitch. So
Should we
yeah,
go player by player now and then try to
I
see?
wanted to
Uh,
I wanted to
yeah.
bring up two City players to discuss.
Go on.
Yeah.
Silva and Donnarumma. One thing with Silva, I was a bit annoyed that he was going down at every small tackle, just a body touch, and he was going down, basically wasting time. And with Donnarumma about how terrific he was. Like people said things that he will you're replacing a player who's already bad with his passing, and you're replacing him with someone who's even worse. People were talking about Donnarumma that way, but he's turned out to be pretty well,
Yeah.
pretty good. He's a lot, yeah. So yeah, what are your thoughts on these two in last night's game?
Hmm. I'll start.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone.
Yeah, so I mean Donnarumma, I don't know, man. People were criticizing him, like he doesn't play the way City want and whatnot. But I think he's like a very good player. But one thing I've noticed, like he doesn't, sorry, he doesn't help with their build up a bit. They're facing some problems in the build up, but otherwise, when it comes to shot stopping or box commanding, I mean he's top. He's top.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. He's not a great passer of the ball, but other attributes, it's pretty clear that he's like among the
No,
very top.
no, he's a good passer of the ball. I'm not even denying that. But then, or maybe it's just that very early dose thing, and they're not yet adjusted to how he contributes to the build up.
Hmm.
But I think yeah, I think if he has excelled in a PSG team, I'm pretty sure he's gonna adjust here well. And he's gonna be a problem. See, now City have like a nuclear weapon when it comes to defending corners. It's very
Hmm.
simple.
Yep.
Hmm.
Long shots, like long range shots, short range shots, corners. He's there. He may not be like Raya, who prefers to catch the ball and hold on to it, but then he's
Hmm.
gonna punch it hard and it's gonna go long. It's not gonna stick around the box. That is one thing. But then there's this idiot on the right side. Right? Absolute trash talk. Last
Yeah.
season, he was complaining after the Etihad game. Oh, Arsenal didn't play the way we want them to play. Okay, and everybody was like, Arsenal is negative. Arsenal is terrorist football, whatever.
Hmm.
Now now his team didn't play.
Hmm.
His team played negative football or whatever that's called, and now he's complaining about like fixture congestion. Fifth game
Right.
of the bloody season, and he's talking fixture congestion.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I did see that. I'll try to bring that comment up.
I think
Oh.
for me personally, I think I think this addition to Man City's side in terms of Donnarumma, excellent. I think it's an excellent replacement for Ederson, especially because I think we had 11 corners yesterday, if I'm not wrong, and he hit each one of them, especially the ones which were coming from the right from Declan Rice, and those were like all were pinpoint, like the bending in right against any other goalkeeper, we might have scored from one of those. But I think he punched the ball. I think it's a challenge for Nicholas Ewer when you go to Etihad when we get the corners. Is I think he's punching the ball and it goes back high and it's still in the box. I think that's where we have to maybe tactically be more aware of second ball there, and that should be our target instead of having a direct hit into the goal post with the corner. Maybe second chance that might be a way through because he's still he prefers he doesn't prefer catching. That's something that I've observed. He always prefers putting his hand through it. But excellent goalkeeper. I think he was one of the reasons why we couldn't win the game yesterday. We had a couple of good shots and he was there always. So, but and in terms of Silva, I think I think there are two players who annoy me a lot, especially in their post-match talks.
Hmm.
I've spoken about Bruno Fernandes earlier, and this is the second guy. I don't know what they cry about, and then always have excuses up when they're losing or drawing. I think sometimes you just have to life throws challenges at you, manage it. That's the advice I have for them. Like just get through with it. Everybody is playing the same amount of games in the top big six. Nobody else is complaining. If you have these games, if you don't want to play, sit out.
So Very much so.
Everybody who I speak to about Bernardo Silva, they have this. They all have this one common name for him, the Rat. Anyway, continue.
I think
Yeah.
the other thing I think I realized, I think, and this is somehow, if it's Arsenal, I feel the assessment is different. If Arsenal had done the same way, I know that this is what happened last time when we were 10 players and we defended our box, we defended and we absorbed the pressure, we sat back. City has done that with 11 players, nobody's complaining. Everybody's like, oh, what was a tactical masterclass by Pep. If it's Arsenal, I think once it comes to Arsenal, I think everybody hates, like everybody loves to hate Arsenal. So I think we better get used to that.
Yeah.
Hmm. So I'm not able to bring up this his comment because there's some 10 MB limit. But anyway, we'll just skip it. Uh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming to the Noni part, the Noni injury part, I'll try to bring up that.
Hmm.
After that, we'll go player by player, and yeah, this one. What are your thoughts?
This is, I think one thing I could sense even in all the games is he has quickly turned it around at Arsenal. I think fans genuinely love him, and he's exactly what we were missing from last season. He's making those runs, and I think in terms of attacking force, I like this guy. I like this guy. He has that intent of making something happen. This is something that we're missing. We are like a little bit more, I would say, passive in terms of trying to like not exactly score, but assist. Even in the box, we're trying. Nobody's trying to take the final shot. What I like about Noni is he will try to do that. He will try to create a challenge for the defender. He'll go one on one, and then he'll try to cut in. He has all the tools, and this guy is young. I see a very good future for this guy. This guy is hungry. He wants to prove a point, and not only for Arsenal, but I think he's going to be good for England as well. And I think it's
Yeah,
really sad that something like they say that in the first half he felt it and he still continued playing. So I'm hoping that it's not a big enough injury to keep him out for long and he comes back quickly. Let's hope that he comes back. And I think he's a good alternative to Saka. Even in the games, I don't want Saka to be playing all 90 every game anyway. So I
correct.
think both
Yeah,
of them combined will give us a different kind of threat over the second two halves of a game. And I think that will release some pressure off Saka as well. So we need both of them to be fit. And till now, we had only one cup or 1 or 2 weeks where they both were fit. Uh, I would I'm looking forward to the time when we have both of them ready to go.
right. So the common observation is that Noni is like he's got all the creativity, all the how do I put it? He's basically lacking the end product. That's it. He's got everything else. He's just lacking the end product. Otherwise, this is a terrific player that we have. And also, right now, what I think is that right now this shouldn't bother us much because we already have Eze, we already have Nwaneri and Dauman, all three who are even Saka for the matter. If he's just going to play 45 minutes, so we have even if Nani is out for some time, we are good to go. But then something has to be done about our medical team or something because this is happening season after season after season. Like,
No, no. One
uh,
second. Before we go into the injury, can I ask you one thing? What do you,
yeah.
when you say he lacks the end product? How do you define end product?
Goals.
Probably goals and assists, yeah, numbers, yeah. Because every time he's trying to cut back, he's doing everything. He's doing it, but compare him with Saka. Uh, how would you put it? Like if you have to compare Nani and Saka, how would you distinguish the two?
I think both have a strength in terms of maybe I'll say passing. Both are good passers. Both are good against high. They're good in high pressing and trying to win the balls up front. So both that's the similarity between both of them. But Saka has that ability to just outside the box, just cut outside and just get his left foot in, and he has that natural ability to get get the defense in trouble even from outside the box. I think Noni right now is still trying to do this. He's a better crosser than Saka because he can make those runs and then he's trying to cut in. So I think that's a slight difference between both how both of them are operating and trying to. I think he's looking for more of an assist, where Saka will judge the game and see if he needs to take a shot. and he'll take the shot.
Yeah.
So Saka is
And
ready to
in
take the
last,
shot. Right now, this guy is not.
yeah, in
because
last game also he
what
was
I've sorry.
just one small point. In
Yeah,
last game
yes.
also he had one shot which Donnarumma saved. It was right. It was going right at Donnarumma, but then it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go
No,
on. Come on.
what I was trying to say is like what he's trying to do so far is he's getting near the byline very well, beating his marker, whatever. But then what he's trying to do is he's trying to provide. And I feel
Hmm.
that is the end product. Now the onus is on the forward players
Yeah.
who are
True.
coming to meet the ball. Right? And
No,
see,
fair enough. That is
why
on Gyökeres
this is
and
why I wanna experiment Martinelli in the centre forward role.
first one.
I would not disagree. I would also love that
First
to
one.
happen.
Yeah, yeah. We're all on the same page on that.
I want to see that. I want to see how it goes. Like I'm not saying like he's the
With
answer.
his space, he's definitely a difference maker. Martinelli, he has that pace. I think nobody is as fast as him in the team.
No,
Let's agree to that.
it's not even about the pace. It's more about the swiftness in his movements inside the box.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what he does well. I feel so. But
But
we
on
should
the wing, what's happening is he's since he's playing on the line and he's trying to he wants to do the same thing that Noni is doing from this side. But if our attack is coming from here, I would want Martinelli to now start moving towards the like being around the box more. And I think center forward position will allow him to be in the box to capitalize on those kind of crosses that are coming from Noni. I think that's where we can get
yeah.
better out of Martinelli.
Yeah.
I
I
think
mean I'm
Calafiori is already doing that from the. If I'm not wrong, Calafiori is also already doing that where he's hovering over. As soon as Noni is trying to pass it to Calafiori and Calafiori can score. That's the idea I think in terms of
hmm,
scoring from outside the box. But let's see how this figures out. I think Martinelli at center forward is something that is worth exploring.
both
Basically, what Harry Kane and I think so his son were doing. Like Harry Kane used to go on the left hand side, and Son used to play from the middle. Like something like that used to happen. If
no,
I'm not wrong.
not particularly. They're different types of players altogether.
Fair.
I think there were two forwards. I think what we are saying is him being the sole forward, Martinelli in the
Yeah.
box. We can have him as an alternative to Victor Gyökeres, and he comes in the second half and plays that Gyökeres role, and he gives us a different kind of threat than Gyökeres. Gyökeres is not good with the head. He wants to run and score the goals. Martinelli can do
Hmm.
both, I think, for now.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I bring up the players then.
Yeah, I think we should do that.
Yeah, I'll just start with just just starting with Raya. What's on his
Okay.
season so far? It has not come up yet, right?
No, but I think for in terms of Raya, I think this is again one of those things. We just had one goal from open play in this season again, and the defensive unit is good. Raya is good. He had that threat from Erling Haaland. I think one of the shots that he saved diving low to his right. He's he's good. I think he still has to work. I hope his time wasting and his time taking like in terms of his kicks or when he on goal kicks, the time he's taking doesn't cost us in any of the game. But I still think he's wasted a lot of time there. I think the ball
True.
can be better in play for a long time, and he is skilled enough to control the ball and pass it. I think it's just that he wants to spend that time.
Hmm.
So maybe that's something that he can eliminate from his game. But he's an excellent addition to the squad, and he has made us stronger.
Yeah. We also have another excellent player as a backup, that is Kepa, who we have not seen much. What do you guys think? Like, should obviously now Reyes cannot be replaced, but when do you think Kepa come into the picture?
Cup keeper, Champions League dead rubbers.
But he's
That's it.
I
actually a
think I'll
pretty good
just
keeper.
even not even Champions League. I think there are no dead rubbers in Champions League anymore. So I think I would just say cup games.
No,
Okay,
Kepa is not a bad keeper at all. It's basically like
uh,
we are going with Raya every single game for 90 minutes. But
I
again,
think
this
we
is
should
the best option.
look at it as a unit. So as a defensive unit, would I
mm,
want to change that back five? I don't think so. I think that is the best back five in Europe.
Yeah,
spot on.
right. Because right now even Saliba we have rotated him with Mosquera, and
Yeah,
Gabriel. It's with Hincapi has not played that much yet, but I think so even Calafiori can play the
yeah.
LCB role pretty well. So yeah,
No, Hincapi should assume the LCB.
LCB. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, but again, onto your point, there are dead rubbers in Champions League. Last year we had one at Girona.
Yeah,
Remember we
we
beat
we we
Neto.
we already through. Yeah, we already through the win. Yeah,
yeah.
Like there
but
is there
but
is a
that
possibility.
but that win against Girona there also helped us get better fix. I don't know whether it helped us last time because we didn't get any home runs.
Mhm.
But I'm hoping that this year they've tweaked the rule a little bit. So if we finish in the top 4 5, we
Yeah,
will
they
get
have,
a
they have,
better.
they have,
Yeah.
they have,
Yeah.
they have changed
So
that.
next person, Timber. Actually, this is something another cool. Like we can add PDFs as slides. This is a slide. This is not an image. So now we can like just
No,
Mm-hmm.
nice.
view all this thing. So I think this is cool. The next stream we can like go with this.
Yeah.
Anyway, uh, Timber.
Okay. No, I'd rather say something collectively about right backs and then left backs in that way.
Okay,
You know.
then I think so. Not all players are over there, and I don't think we can add more
No, let be,
players.
let be, let be. You can show Timber,
Yeah,
no problem.
yeah. Let's just
Again,
talk in general about our entire defense. To be very honest.
yeah. See, I've loved what Timber has given us so far, right?
Hmm.
But Ben White offers us something different. I mean, that's the beauty of this squad building at right back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Both the right backs are so varied. They're not like they don't overlap each other's qualities.
Hmm.
So, I mean, Timber, as much as he's good in certain games, like many games, like how we had this Nwaneri thing, no? There is this Nwaneri conundrum, like, do we not trust him? You asked the question, Jito, like, does
Yeah.
Arteta not trust him or what? See, let's assume there are six top teams out of the
Hmm.
20.
Hmm.
The rest 14, we have to play them home and away.
Hmm.
There will be plenty of opportunities to experiment with Waneri. The same goes for Ben White. He will get his starts, but then my
Right.
thing is he has to keep fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
But
but he
yesterday was,
was playing with an injury. He was playing with an injury
yeah.
a whole season. So I
Yeah,
think right
I
now
agree.
it is fine. Whatever time he takes.
I agree. No, I'm
Yeah.
saying it has to be a concerted effort. Like you have to build
Hmm.
fitness and keep fit.
I think
Fair
Even
yesterday I
enough.
was a little concerned with Timber being on the yellow card. I
uh-huh.
thought, and we had Ben White on the bench,
Yeah,
but
but
he
he didn't
he
come
preferred.
on. No.
I think he removed Timber and got was replaced by Martinelli, and I was like,
Yeah,
what is the formation now?
but
For some
later
time,
on Mosquera came in, right?
Mosquera came after the goal. I think at 93rd,
Yeah.
94th minute or something.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. He came. It was out of the 94th minute, and someone put out a comment like, I don't have a speech right now. It was like that explains a lot about Arteta's mentality. Arteta was playing just to defend and was happy with content with the
No, 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 no. I have,
equalizer.
I have,
But
I have a
yeah.
defense for that. The thing was, after we scored the goal, what was happening is Zubimendi was sitting in a centre back position,
Hmm.
Hmm.
right? So what Arteta did was he didn't want to take that risk of Zubimendi playing centre back. He would rather have a centre back playing centre back.
Hmm.
That's what he did.
Got it.
It's not much to think. It's not much to debate about, to be honest.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
actually, yeah, true. And so moving on to our midfield now, Zubimendi and Rice.
Zubimendi and Rice. I think both of them. I think I'm still not convinced about what the best position for each of them is. Is it a double pivot? Is it a single pivot? I don't know. I
It
still
is a double
believe
pivot.
it's a double pivot, but I don't know. I think for Rice is more between the both. Who do you think can play the single pivot? Like who can be if Arteta is going to go with this eights position, like have two eights, then who would be in that eight position? Who would be in the sixth position? I'm not sure as of now. I'm
This
still
guy.
on the fence on that.
This guy.
He
See,
has to be the sixth,
Rice
and
was also excellent. Rice also is excellent as a six, by the way.
but
fair enough.
as a
And
defensive midfielder, not as a holding midfielder.
but this guy was amazing when he's trying to create his forward sense of attacking in an attacking feature. It's almost similar to what Cesc Fabregas was like. He had the vision.
Mhm.
I think Zubimendi also has the vision in terms of being a creative force. So maybe this can be a thing where we have this double pivot. I don't think it was double pivot. If you see the pitch map, Rice is playing as a left eight right now.
You're talking about the Man City game.
Yeah, Man City game was a different game, but in general, I think he's still
In
playing
general.
him. In general, still playing him a little bit. He's playing a single pivot,
Okay, so
but
here's my
they keep
understanding.
switching. They keep switching in. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. But my understanding of this midfield is so far he has not had like a set system. Arteta.
Yeah.
He's playing them as a double pivot. He's playing them as a double pivot in games where I think Odegaard is not starting. But when Odegaard comes in, there is a the like Declan Rice leans towards playing the left eight role in a way. But the main structure heading into the new season was always going to be a double pivot. I mean, that's how I feel you utilize his qualities well. I mean, one more thing I've noticed, like across the league, like what everybody's doing is everybody's going away from a powerful out and out defensive midfielder of sorts. Like even Man City for that matter, now they have a midfield of Reinders and Rodri. Same with Liverpool, McAllister and this guy Gravenberch. And even if you forget Manchester United, even even but I'm seeing like there is a way that they are moving away from this solitary holding
Hmm.
midfielder. I feel we are also evolving in that way, but I feel so far they've been very good. No complaints.
Thoughts on this guy? Odegaard, obviously, once Odegaard is by, Odegaard is going to take up the number 10 role, and not Eze. Eze would they both will be rotated.
Yeah.
But what about Noneri right now?
See, he's good. He's been bright so far. I've
Hmm.
not seen like last season there were times when we were like fixated. Oh, if Nwaneri comes in, he can try and help us uh, do better in games that were KG or whatever. But that didn't happen too much.
Hmm.
Again, this season I think he played. I think both the times he came on for Odegaard and Leeds and this one, no, against Leeds and against Forest.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah, he was quite bright. He was bright, and he was getting things done. In fact, against Forest, no, I saw this very uh, this different kind of style he adapted, where he was coming in, receiving the ball, recycling it, like more like how Odegaard does, but then with a hint of
Hmm.
pace in
Fair
doing
enough.
that.
Hmm. Moving on to our attackers, Gyökeres, Trossard, and Noni. Noni we've already discussed, so it's just Gyökeres and Trossard right
I think in terms of Gyökeres, I think I'm not saying that we should be debating whether the fact we got the right striker or not. He is the right striker for us.
now. Hmm.
But what I would want him to do, I think he has to be more decisive in his runs. That's something that he has to. And I think there's going to be an adaptation period that we'll have to wait out when the time he adapts to Mikel's system and then the team adapts to him in the way how he make runs. And because a lot of times the relationship is based on trust and how as a creative force I'm thinking how is the best I can get out of Gyökeres. And I think that takes time for building up. And we had such a even though our squad has been good, we have been having these minor niggles in each of the game, which has kind of made sure that we're not having a consistent 11 each game, and that still will add more pressure on Gyökeres because if we had a similar kind of 11, and then if and by now we could have by game week 5 we would have seen a relationship building between Odegaard and Gyökeres, then we could have seen a little bit more of him. So I would still say that it's too early to judge him, but I hope he does get that quality service and then he can impose himself. And a lot of people are saying that this guy is a flat track bully. I'm happy with that, because we have a lot of flat track games. Even the Man City game was a flat track game, so I think we can score. He can score more goals, and we can win on flat tracks.
Hmm.
Right. And to be honest, he gets the most of the criticism. Like Chesko is not getting much, and what's his name? I said Walter Maid, right?
Voltemada.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
But I think one more player who's getting missed is Florian Ritz. He hasn't Wirtz hasn't done anything.
Forget about him. Like let's not talk about other players right now. Other teams player like other flops right now. We if that was an Arsenal player, he would have been. Like we all know how that story would have gone.
Yeah,
If Wirtz
as
was
I
an
told
Arsenal
you,
player.
this is because Gyökeres is playing for Arsenal. That there's
Yeah,
a
Right.
bigger.
absolutely. Spot on.
The only success right now, like in the league, for someone who has just joined, is Ekitike. For some reason, I'm still thinking Eki TikTok, like as every person is other person is calling it TikTok score, TikTok score. But then anyway, only success so far has been Ekitike, and other than that, no one has actually clicked like in this short span, that is 4 or 5 game weeks.
And I think, of course, we should not expect a lot of these players to click immediately. I think it's always going to be a time that settling in that takes. And I think team needs to understand the player, and the player needs to understand the system. So you have to give in that time.
Fair enough. So I think we have crossed an hour mark. We'll just end it with a final player. Thoughts on this guy? How how has he turned things around? Like at one point, like not too long ago, including me, we were discussing. Okay, I'm not too confident with this guy, and we probably have to figure out something or whatever. But then last 2 games, he's actually not one game he has won it, and this last game he actually uh, saved a face like cross on Martinelli.
I
Okay,
think
so
Martinelli.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
go
take
ahead,
it.
go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
No, I'll just keep it short. Then you say, because I
Yeah,
feel you have to say something about him, right? Uh, the thing is, Martinelli, let him be this impact guy right now. Let him
Hmm.
continue this. Let him build confidence. I mean, I told somebody. I think I told you, Jito, that day. Like,
Hmm.
once he scored that goal at Bilbao, you could immediately see how he created the second one. That is what
Right.
I've been saying. It's all about confidence. It's not about, he shouldn't play there, or he should play centrally. No, it's not about that. It's about giving the guy confidence, him having the confidence, and that goal did wonders. Now he can take on. But again, let's build his confidence. Let him come.
Right.
Let him come after, come on like this for like more 3-4 games. Then we'll sit and assess the situation, if he has to start or not. Go on.
I
Fair
think
enough.
I think for me, I think I'll all of us. I think both Saka, Martinelli have been special for us, and especially in this Mikel Arteta era. I think the other player that's missing is ESR, but all three of them very close to the heart, and he's closer to the fans as well. And everybody wanted him to do well, and it kind
Hmm.
of showed in the way people after his Bilbao goal. It came out, and I think he knows that there is a lot of expectations out of him. But
Hmm.
one thing I realized is his pace, him coming off the bench, defense being a little bit more not unsure, looking for ending the game. They are in the closing stages of the game. I think he is going to cause problems. He can cause problems when he starts, but him coming off the bench and the luxury that our squad offers him now, I think he is going to create a lot of problems for a lot of defenses across, not just in the Premier League, but even in the Champions League. He comes off the bench. I think you'll see him you will see him racking up more goals and assists. And Bilbao was just a starting, and I think we have seen that. I think there was a phase of a season where he was iffy, but now I think he's become more sure about what he wants to do. And I think the international games also helped him in terms of understanding his role and what he wants to achieve. And I think it's good that he's come into the rhythm. And I think I'm happy if he doesn't start. Even if he's coming off the bench, I think he's going to make an impact.
Hmm.
Maybe he's not starting for us now. Maybe he starts some of the games, some of the low block games where he can come and unlock it. But I think for now, it's a good momentum that he has started. I wish that he can do that for like 4 or 5 games again, and then kind of create a case for himself. but he is going to get in the numbers for sure.
Fair enough.
20,
Are
20 GA. I'm expecting 20 GA from him across all competitions as a minimum. I think he'll do it.
I think that's a least that we can expect from all our attackers this season.
Yeah.
Every single one. Mani, Prasad,
Yeah.
maybe not Prasad, Gyökeres, Saka, and whoever else. Even
No,
that.
Gyökeres Saka, this guy has to deliver
Has to.
20
Yeah.
GA
Yeah.
at least. Okay, I'm not putting that much pressure on Noni to do that, even Eze. But yeah, I mean they should come close between 10 to 15 at least.
Hopefully, we'll have one hat trick from Gyökeres very soon. That would
Let's see.
be lovely.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope
Yeah.
and pray.
Uh, Next game is against Newcastle. Let's try to do another stream before the match, like
Done,
in
Yeah,
done.
case
let's do a preview.
some
Yeah.
yeah some in case some new news or something comes up,
Hmm.
anything, any injury updates or whatever. But
Then
I
this is
think
Sunday,
we
right?
have.
So we can
I'm
we
not
can do
sure.
one on Saturday or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a yeah.
Perfect.
I think that's it then for today. All good.
Done. All good.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining in. Thank you, Ganesha and Raman, for sharing your views of whatever has happened the past 2 weeks. And we had a few of you guys joining us. Hopefully, we'll have more people joining in the coming episodes. And I hope. Nah. Okay. Whatever. See you guys next time. Bye.
No. Ciao. Thanks. Thanks.
See you.